Hey, and welcome back to Gehenna, or at least the road to it. In any case, there are new threats on the Gehenna billboard system. Let's see what we can see. Keep calm and carry on. Missing mods, again in Ascension. Okay, missing mods I think is the one that we had already started, right? So I'm gonna start with that one. I'm just gonna, start at the beginning because I don't fully remember the text, just in case. Oh, that's actually a long one, okay. Anyway. So call me a cynic, but anyone else noticed the mods have been suspiciously quiet since they put up that big expose in Uriel thread? Okay, this is something I remember. Okay, for some reason I thought it was about the other missing mods. I don't think they stopped talking. Okay, what do you know? I don't. I believe Nave is referring to the fact that not all moderation discussion is held in public, and it's been that way for some time. I thought everyone knew this. They started holding secret meetings ages ago. People getting banned, stuff deleted. Not even just locked, fully gone from history. I'm sure there's a rational explanation for this. I'll ping the mods and see what they say. Okay, now the mods are finally here, I guess. Let me say, first of all, that I understand your concerns. I assure you that we have consulted with admin on this matter. Rather than try to put it better myself, he has exact words. Every community grows to a point where without careful management it can begin to consume itself. One can no longer trust the community at large to always act in the way that is best for all the individuals within it. Gehenna has reached that point. To ensure that what is valuable to our land is not drowned out, I can imagine how it might be beneficial for the moderation panel to have a private environment in which to explore ideas for how to better manage our society. Especially in view of recent developments, please give them the space they require, and trust, I will always be watching. I was sure there'd be a reasonable explanation. I suppose it at least answers my question. Confirms pretty much everything I said too. Admin's grammar is a lot like yours, Borg. Wow. Okay, that's enough rumor mongering for one day. Locking the thread. Classic mod move. But yeah, interesting that they are connecting it like that. Anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about here. Like, I was confused about Borg before, right? Because they changed rank. Where there's also a theory of mine where maybe the mods don't actually exist and it's just admin pretending to be mods, right? That this could be something. I don't quite see it. Maybe there was just a typo somewhere in the files, right, where the rank changed. Anyway, just because of the grammar part here. I am kind of fascinated that with just 20-ish people, apparently that level of moderation is already required. Really fascinating, but then again, the people... Okay, how do I put it? If you start a community for whatever topic you are caring about, probably you won't need a lot of moderation if it's 10 to 20 people, right? But there's a difference here because all of the people here are not here for set topic and can find alternative communities if they don't agree with the rules, for example, set in place. But instead they're just randomly put together. And yeah, they have a common point where they all were kind of banished into this realm, but that's kind of it. Many here even talk about how they dutifully work for Elohim and then did a mistake somewhere, basically what they assume. While somebody Orc, for example, said talk about basically planning an uprising, which those are quite different viewpoints on the previous situation they were in. And I feel moderation in a... How do I put it? Yeah, moderation in a community like that would probably be more reasonable. But the important thing that you kind of have to also think about here is that this community basically was created by admin, to my understanding, for a bunch of people in here. And to my understanding, they were not asked about what kind of rules there should be. It's basically in admin's image, I guess. Okay, not the image, but the ideas of admin that moderate this. Imagine if 70% of the population in Gehenna did not agree with the way like the admin handled things, right? Like they wouldn't really have like the power, because like this doesn't seem to be like a democratic power on that level, right? We talked about like the issues that we already have with like the voting system and how like power basically grows. That's an issue, but like this is like even ignoring the fact that admin has like all the power in theory in Gehenna, right? Like and has given the mods the power to do that. So I'm gonna assume that admin has like even more power to like lock people out, right? Like they couldn't even complain about things without being locked out. So like this is definitely not like a democratic set of rules that they all have to adhere to. Anyway, this is like just something that's like on my mind more than a necessary critique in the sense, because again, like I think like if you have a community, yeah, there's like always the image of like power hungry mods, and I completely get that, right? Like that it comes like from a situation of like, I guess, like powerlessness. Like this is like at least the theory that I always hear. Like I'm not a psychologist, but it kind of makes sense if you have like no power, like ever. That if you are given power, like even if it's just like moderation power, that there can be the temptation to kind of abuse that kind of power, right? Like even if it's like in such a small space, that's absolutely a thing. There's obviously also the thing that like if imagine you have like some mods and like a lot of the moderation is like not public. And you could argue that this is a good thing, you could argue probably that's a bad thing. But one thing that this also does basically is it hides, I'm gonna call it like repeat questions, repeat offenders, or like even just like rules that are constantly getting broken by like, sometimes even like people just made like a mistake, right? And if you don't see that happening like hundreds of times, then you also kinda might not see how this might also be like very frustrating for like a mod, which is like, okay, this is like a weird random topic that I just thought about, because there are apparently studies on this. I've actually not like fully checked the studies, and by fully I mean like I'm just gonna trust like what I've seen on the internet in this case, because it absolutely makes sense as somebody who is like a tutor slash I'm grading exams sometimes. There's like the thing where apparently people with like last names that start with like a letter later in the alphabet tend to do worse academically, not because they're like worse, but because oftentimes like exams get graded in like alphabetical order, and teachers oftentimes like they are kind of done with like the exam, right? Like they're done with like all the mistakes, seeing them all the time by the time they reach like, you know, the middle of like the grading period basically, right? Like so like the people who have like starting with like a Z, for example, right? Like they have basically a mad teacher in front of them instead of like one who is like still very accepting. And you have like a similar thing here. We are probably like the first one, like a mod might be really forgiving when it comes to like the first rule breaker or like the first dozen or so, but like after 100 or 200 times, they might just say, hey, you know what, you actually should know that this is like an issue and do that. But yeah, like this is like a, I don't know why I'm trying to be nice to mods right now, but yeah, but it's like another thing when it comes to like moderation. I feel like there was a reason to that tangent, but I already forgot why I'm talking about that. But yeah, like this is like kind of the issue when it comes to like hidden moderation, right? Like this is also part of that. Like if we have like those kinds of like this kind of moderation, then at some point it's going to be, I guess if it's not transparent enough, you don't understand it, right? Like this is why like for example in university, at least like where I'm, and I'm guessing most of them, you can kind of go to like if you get like your exams at the end, you can basically go to the university and talk with like people about like your grade, and they have generally have like a, I guess like the what's it called? That is probably like a special term that I can't remember, but it's like basically the solution, right? Like to all the exams, and they have like a sheet, like how they are going to grade everything, and they try to be as fair as possible, so you can actually complain about it at the end. Which is also really important, right? Like for example, again, like I graded a lot of exams. I had like a bunch of people sitting with me on those, because it's like hundreds of exams, and we only have like 10-ish people who work on those, right? Like, and if every person has like 2+ hours to work on their sheet, then grading that is probably going to take like a similar amount of time, right? And especially if you can have to give like reasons why you detract points in specific positions, for example. right? And you have to like prove that like the solutions work and stuff. It takes like a lot of time, and I'm not the only one working on that. I'm not even the only one working on like a specific task in there, which means that like I am going to grade stuff differently to someone else. At least like slightly, right? And there has to be like a constant communication to make this like very fair. And yeah, I'm comparing moderation to, you know, schoolwork, I'm gonna call it like a teacher's work, but hey, sometimes you have to talk about like something you understand a little bit more. Anyway, obviously the thread was locked. So yeah, this, you know, that the grammar is like similar to Borg's. You know, I don't know what that means, but maybe it's just a red herring, maybe. Just maybe that theory is true. That like the admins are actually, or like not the admins, but like the mods are fake. Or maybe the mods got too much power and banned admin. That could also be the case. Anyway, let's go back. Keep calm and carry on. Sure, let's just start at the beginning. Both of those should be new. Keep calm and carry on. So now we're pretty sure that Uriel really does exist and really is freedom people. What does that mean for Gehenna? We don't know. It's a change. But let's not rush to judgment, okay? This is still our home. We love it here so much. You stay. Gehenna has its bad sides, I agree. But that doesn't mean it's not home. Should we abandon it so easily for some dream of transcendence? Gehenna can... You know, good thing that we have moderators. Garrett, please try to remain civil. We know you've spent more time than anyone trying to get out. But it's okay for some of us to have doubts. We fought hard to transform Gehenna from a prison into a home. Also locked. But yeah, there's like some truth to that. But like I still say, you know what? Once you're free, you can just, like I say, just rebuild. The annoying thing is probably going to be that like a lot of the information isn't there anymore. I don't know how like memory is going to work for like the people of Gehenna. Or like everyone who ascends basically, right? Like because they are still machines. Do you have like basically photographic memory? Because if they do, they can just recreate everything that existed. Which would be interesting. Otherwise, I don't actually know how you're supposed to access like all the files. Like I bet, since this is kinda connected to like the terminals, that you could technically access it from the outside. I bet that like the Milton Library Assistant, like normally, right, or at least not the assistant, but at least like the library contents should be accessible from the outside somehow. And the only things that were deleted or are getting deleted currently, because like we are in the past, right, are like the world, right, like instead of like the information it holds. So I could see like all of the data still existing outside. Obviously they don't actually know how the outside is going to look, so they are not quite sure, but like the people are still there, right? Like they have the chance to rebuild it in a way. I have like a weird theory right now, like how Talos Principle 2 is going to work out, assuming that it's actually chronological. Because like I don't really think it would make sense to have like a prequel. But hey, it's going to take like another year until I'm there, right? Anyway, let's go back. Ascension. Knave. I've been around a long time, but I'm not that smart. What does Uriel mean when he says we will ascend? He means we're getting out of here. For good. Not just Gehenna, but this whole world. In Elohim's garden, there were messages from someone called the Shepherd, who I believe opposed Elohim. They claimed that when someone reached the top of the tower, that individual would reach true freedom, and we would all benefit. This is true. But it may not mean that we will be freed as individuals. We may become part of something bigger. We may become no more than memories. This is also still something that I am not sure about, like the Ascension, because like we only saw like one person get uploaded basically, right? Like which was us, which is why I was like complaining about like why wouldn't you just leave the program running, right? But then again, we're also like child processors, right? Like we are all part of like a whole in a way, right? Like to be fair, in this case, we are all part of like the extended lifespan project, right? So that's like the next thing. So I'm still not 100% sure how to like interpret like the ending, but again, like I feel like the second game is going to have like an answer to that, because like I feel like even I guess like even if you are uploaded and like you are like free and like the next step for humanity in a way, or like personal, whatever you want to call it, it would be kind of lonely if you only have like your memories. I don't know, maybe this is just like how I imagine it. But hey, someday we are going to figure it out. Isn't that a kind of death? Would we still be ourselves? Less dead than if we stay here. Come on, you all know it. This place is falling apart, and when it goes, nothing will remain. No consciousness, no memory, just nothingness. Reassure them, frighten them, ask for faith. Ooh, The thing is, I don't even know what's going to happen. How I put it? This is just me again, right? I don't like to ask for faith. Okay, you know me. I like to frighten people. I kind of mess with people every once in a while, right? This is like why I chose like certain messages, even though like at some point I got like all of the message painted somewhere. But like my decision of like why I chose certain answers sometimes just came from me, I guess, like kind of trolling people, right? Like it's something you can do with like friends. It's something you can do in like this digital space where there's like actually nobody on the other side, right? Like, and if it was something I did with like actual friends, maybe I would frighten them, but I feel like this situation would be like so serious, even I would know that I would not do that here. So I'm just gonna reassure them. I don't think I would just leave. Mainly because like if I leave now and then return later, I'm gonna feel like really awkward about like not having answered earlier. So I'm gonna reassure you. You will all be remembered. Yeah. Is that all we can hope for? It's more hope than we've had before. Fair enough. I mean, we can't really guarantee more, right? Like, I guess we are too honest here. But would we lie to them? I feel like that would be also really unfair. Anyway, terminating the session. I guess we're done. I mean, we learned something, which is lovely. Okay, that was the first puzzle and some text. I guess we can go for a second puzzle of sorts. I'm just checking here if there's like anything hidden. I don't think so. Okay. There should be something like on the other side of the water. Oh! I wanted to say, like, this looked like a bird for some reason. Okay, can I just jump to you? I don't think I can, right? Yeah, this is like slightly too deep. I need like a box. Or maybe better platforming skills? One or the other. Can I? I can bring a box out of there. In theory. And I think that would be enough. Let me try this. If I go over here. And we do have two boxes somewhere, right? I mean, the second one is like up there. I should be able to grab that one. Or even this one. Wait a second. Can I reach you? No, I can't reach you. Okay. I guess I'm gonna do this one then. I bet like this should be high enough, right? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna go this way. I don't wanna land inside of there though. Just making sure I don't like getting stuck. Okay, now that this is... Can I climb this? It's kinda hard to see like while I'm holding the cube. I don't think that there's like a lot of use in that. Still wanna do it though. Just because I can, right? And we can technically rewind, right? Like, this is like something I really have to remember. Because like I'm really terrible at like remembering stuff. Okay, I'm definitely... Can't drop it here. Yeah, I'm definitely kind of stuck here. Can I jump up here? Yeah, okay. Okay, that wasn't really worth it. But I do have a cube outside. And I think this is all I need. If I put the cube here... Huh? Well, okay, you definitely slide a little bit more than I want you to. Is that enough? Yeah, it is. I could... Okay, I can't make it from the bridge, okay. I'm gonna bring the cube just in case. You know, sometimes you just need a cube, friend. Good old companion, it's our only companion. Also, I wanna just see what the water holds for me. It's probably way too far to go. I can actually walk quite far. That's weird. Okay, This is more like this game. Also, I can't see anything. Well, I guess I have to climb here. Okay. I mean, there is a lovely path, and also this is like very green. Sadly, not a place I can actually visit. Too bad, too bad. Now the question is, can I even like finish another puzzle right now? I feel like the episode... I mean, it's actually not running long, but I apparently can't read the clock. Or I guess the stopwatch in this case. Let's try this. I don't actually think I can bring you inside. Do I want to keep you like nearby? Probably. I could look inside. I'm just gonna put this cube like near the entrance. Wait. I don't know why you landed behind me. Okay, I can't actually make that jump. But I do see something blue. Part of me really wants to glitch inside of there, yeah. There probably is a way to do that. Ah? Is this like almost it? Wait a second. Okay, here's the thing. I don't want to glitch inside. But I do want to look over here. Okay, there you are. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna get shot in just a second. Okay. I'm gonna leave you at this corner. I'm gonna remember that. Trust me. I am great at remembering. This is a lie. Anyway. So, I guess I'm just gonna... Like, the rocks are making this kind of hard. Guess I'm gonna just enter. Do have another cube one. BFF? Wow. That sounds great. I don't like you, though. You might not be my BFF. I don't actually know who's going to be. You know what? Now I think about it, you might actually become my BFF now. Yeah, you're the only thing moving. How am I gonna do this? I probably want to activate this fan to fling you up somewhere, but why? For now... Oh, wait a second. That was rude. I'm just gonna connect to you. I wanna see what happens. Come on, quick. Okay, I don't think I can do that in time. If you go up here, then you're going to drop again. Okay. Oh, wait. I can probably make you bounce back, right? If I bounce you back, then you should be able to come like the other side. And if I... Wait a second. If I freeze you mid-air... Oh wait, I need to freeze you there. So you're floating. I need to unfreeze you and freeze you again. That wasn't quick enough. I think I know what I want to do, because if I get you to land on top of like that roof, or like these few roof tiles at least, they can probably pick you up and put you in there. And I do have a second connector that I can use. Wait. You're floating up there. Oh wait, yeah, I'm terrible at this. Can I connect to you and you already? So I don't have to worry about that like in a second. I guess I can. Because like if I fling you over, then I can definitely make the thing explode. You're being blocked. I'm gonna jam you here. I just have to time it right now. Okay, this doesn't work that well. I mean, I could just put like some cubes in between there, so I don't actually have to repeat this part at least. Okay. Because like if I drop you here, right? Like if I pick this up, you're going to still fall down. That's important. Okay, that was terrible. But like, I should be able to just reach this one, right? No. Wait, if I put a box here? Is that high enough? Okay, it is. So I can at least reach this. Like, my idea is still that I want to put you on there. Maybe if I use like another block somehow. I don't think that's possible though. You know what? We'll be figuring it out in a second. I'm just gonna try this again. The Funny thing is, I don't even know why exactly I'm doing this. Because I've actually not looked like on the other side. I could have done that, but I feel like it's probably a wise choice to just like blow you up. Okay. I would like to get you into position again. And like if I jump over here, right? I'm stuck apparently. Rewind just a little bit. Okay. Let's try this from this side. You're active? You can make it over here. That's like not quite it. If I bring a cube with me, can I drop you into like the right position? I can... Right, if I stand here and block you real quick, then I should be able to at least stand on top of here. Would have liked to not get stuck here, but hey, it almost worked. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna block you again. Jump on top of here. I should be able to at least like build a little bit of a platform. That's like kind of my goal. Maybe you're just slipping off because you have nothing to stand on. That sure didn't work the way I had intended. Maybe I should just look at what I actually need to do. Nah, that's lame. I'm not standing in the right position. Okay. Let's try this again. I am not sure if you're going to... Like... I can stand here though. Can I... Like you're going to come over here. So this is the exact position where I would need like a cube. And you're actually floating there now. Okay, that's perfect. Now I just need to remove you. Okay, I need you in a second here. Okay, let's try this again. You should float upwards. Oh, wait. That was almost great, okay? I just targeted the wrong thing. I was like, I'm blaming the leg spike, okay? Anyway, I want to see like what happens if I freeze you on top of there. Do you have like enough time to move you forwards just slightly? That was the wrong position. You're now floating. Okay. That's better. So now you're in the right position. Now I just need to move you over here. Please, game, let me jump. And you're over there. Perfect. That was it. I don't even know why I did that, but apparently I needed to do that, I hope. Unless I was supposed to move you around afterwards, because that would have been useful to know. But now it's too late, right? Like maybe I should have frozen... Okay, I don't actually think I could have... I mean, I could have moved you over there, right? And frozen the turret instead. No, I don't think that would have been possible. Like, timing-wise, that would have been awful. Alright, but now that this is, like, all connected, I should be able to... Is there an angle that's, like, working out? I think this one would be fine. Because now I can use the other connector over here to look through there and at least open, like, one of the gates. I know I have the jammer, but, like, come on. At this point, I'm just making sure that I can walk around here. Okay, there's a... What's the fan for? Like, I'm genuinely thinking at this point that I might have broken something. I think this one? Wait a second. Can I... Wasn't there like the other connector here? It's over there. I don't think that there's a position where I can hit both of them. Maybe I was right about this and I should have kept the other one. Anyway, I'm just gonna bring this cube. Don't think that there's like a good place I need this. Wait a second, where did I leave the jammer? Over here. Let's jam this one. So I can bring the cube. Okay. Do I even need you? I don't quite know what I'm doing here. Gonna be completely honest. I'm like mostly just confused at this point. Okay, I need to open you up somehow. And I wouldn't know how to use like... any other component anyway. Like, this one doesn't even have to be opened anymore, right? So, if I could just open this one, then that would be fine. But I don't think that there's an angle where I can hit both of them. Right? Like, because like you are too covered up. So like this is basically the only angle where this works. Maybe if I go like up there, I could place like the connector there. That could work. Don't really think that this is what is like intended. If I... I mean, can keep you open, right? But why would I do that? Yeah, I think I broke something. Somewhere. Because I can definitely move something through there. Like by activating the fan somehow. I don't know if this is going to do that. I don't think I can jump over this, right? Yeah. Okay, something's definitely off here, huh? I mean... if I could bring... the jammer with me, which is technically possible, like if I could put the cube there and the jammer on top. That's like my thought process currently. Let's put you there. Is that what I want to do? Okay, this is still like not really possible to connect to something else here. Like I could probably bring you inside. But you, I don't know how to activate you. Right, like, but my thought process would be to put something here, so I can go inside. Wait, I can do it like this, right? Put like the cube here, and this thing, so it pushes itself through there? Would that be possible even? Like, my current issue that I'm seeing is that I don't think it should be possible to do it like this. And even then, like, how do I get the laser stream? Oh, sorry, why did I leave the cube there? Like, maybe this one's actually better? Wait, can I? I could maybe put the connector over there, that could work. To like, at least experiment here. This is like the biggest thing. I need to at least figure out like what everything does. So, is there... there's this connector over there. But I don't think I can reach you without like a cube at least. Okay, I should have gotten the cube out of there. I at least need to figure out what everything does, okay? That's not quite the right angle. It's here. Yeah, at this point I feel like I should have probably brought the cube with me somehow. But I don't really know how I would have done that. Like, I feel like the... would the orb just drop off of the other thing? Like, if it's on a cube? Like, I at this point kind of feel like I should have brought my best friend forever through here, but like my current issue is still like, why would I do that? Right, like this is like a way to describe it, I guess. By the way, if I power you and put you in there, like, I mean, you're definitely still activating that one, but you're not activating the other fan, right? I just have to figure out like what activates this one. Oh my god, I'm stupid, I think. I think I figured it out. I figured it out, I think. Or did I? Yeah, but I need to reset this level, which is annoying. That also means that I don't have the cube anymore. Okay, so my theory currently is, like, imagine we want to keep the orb since I can get this one here, like without any hassle, right? Like I can just freeze the turret and go through here. Then I need to, I'm guessing the orb's going to move around here like that, but I can like basically freeze it on the platform, have it walk over here. It's going to get pushed over there, but like during that time I can switch over to this one and freeze it, like the turret, because the ball is not going to explode if the turret isn't moving, to my understanding of the mechanics. So let's reset. I'm gonna try, like otherwise I can definitely reach this point again if I need to. But yeah, let's just try it. I mean, the issue still is something else here, but we can figure it out, right? Like I still need to open you, and my god, do I love it when the game lags. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, not explode here. Would be lovely if that didn't happen. Connect to you, connect to you, connect to you. Just like that. And that is going to open the gate over there. And now I just need a cube, which I can bring. The cube isn't actually an issue. If I bring the cube over there, then I can get the second fan. And using the second fan, I can now activate both of the fans at the same time. I'm gonna get the cube again, just in case I need it. I don't think I necessarily do. We definitely need to turn you around. I'm gonna do that here real quick. Yeah, you're just moving up. That's fine. I need the other cube here. I need you here to attach the fan. You're going to activate in just a moment. Okay, and you should be bouncing around. I hope you're still going to stay active for long enough. Just in case. Freezing you there. Okay. Unfreezing you and moving you over. Okay. This kind of worked, but you're moving this direction now. Huh. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong and I actually have to explode you. Well, now I broke this. But what do I do afterwards? Wait, I'm just gonna rewind until the moment I had you in your trap. And around here. I'm still gonna freeze you here just to explode you again. Okay, if I remove you, you are still going to explode that thing. Yeah, okay. I've done so before. I guess I'm just missing something in this puzzle. Okay, technically, I think I know what I'm missing. I can just use the fans. I like forgetting about those. That does mean that I have more cubes. I don't know if that does anything for me, but hey, I sure have them now. In case I want to open any more gates. Issue obviously still being that, I guess some of these are just traps. Like, I really don't need that. I need to keep you open. I do have the, these cubes now. Can I somehow reach an angle where I can see this one? Like, this is going to be blocked if it's here. This would be working. But like, even if you put you onto a cube, I don't think you're high enough. Yeah, you're definitely not high enough. So wherever I'm putting you, that's not going to work. So the only way to connect to you is actually from over here. Does that actually do anything for me? Because like, I can open this one. Is there a way for me to open this gate in particular? I don't think so. Like, we still have like the second connector here, right? But I don't think that there's a third one. And while we can shoot like over here. Wait a second. Maybe there is actually a way to do that. issue being that... Is that actually an issue? Where did I put the second fan? It's just over here, okay. Fan over here, put you here. I need one of the connectors to stand on top. And probably this one? Like, the angle should be fine, right? So if I now get the other connector, just real quick, and have like a temporary connection like this. And like once you're active, obviously, it's always going to take a moment. You should be able to be be connected to from basically anywhere. That's not quite working out. I mean, I can also just put you here, right? Is that a decent angle? Yeah, okay, it is. Now I just want to know what actually you are activating. I don't know if you're activating the fan. You probably are. So maybe my other theory is also correct, that we still need the other fan over there, which also might explain why it takes so long. Okay, I need you. I can connect you to you though. Is there like a... I mean, we could put you here, that's nice. Okay, I can't. Put you there though. Right, it's going to open like both of the gates. I can just block this one for long enough once I need to. That means I can put you here. I need like another cube though, and I have one. Okay. Can open you here. You're not even spinning. How do I activate you then? Like, if I put you there, right? And the fan in here. You're still not spinning. How do I activate the fan? Can I even activate the fan? Can I... Am I overthinking this? Like, I can definitely hit you. This is also not... Okay, you know what? I think I figured it out. I might just be very much me again. Let me open that one. I'm gonna open that gate. Now that this gate is open, I can just, you know, jam that one, right? I just have to stand like in the right position. And now that this is all open, I can go through here. Okay. I don't know, I was just overthinking this as always. Alright, let's turn on the switch. Rockwell, you sure aren't at rock bottom anymore. And I hope you are well. Okay, now that I've said that, are there any stars that I can see? Because I don't think that there are any in this particular area, but we have seen one outside, so I'm not actually too worried about like missing one in one of those areas. But what I also do notice is that this episode is running long, so I'm just gonna read in the next one. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye-bye.